Hi, this is Josie in Josie's Fun Kitchen. Today, I'm going to show you how I make Hungarian goulash. I got this recipe from my mother. Here's what we're going to be using. I'm going to give you an overview. I have 3 pounds of London broil. Before I forget, I'm going to tell you that the ingredients I'm going to have listed below. Also, I will have a link that will take you to the printable recipe. So, one more thing, please subscribe, turn on the notifications, because I always forget to say that in the beginning, and I'll remind you at the end. But please subscribe to my channel. So I'm going to cut this up. You don't have to, I'm always laughing every time I say this, because I have about 7, 8, well really 10 cloves of garlic. In here I'm going to chop this, mince it up. 3 pounds, my mother said, I even called her to double check, but I have 3 pounds of yellow onions. I've measured it. Later on, after we simmer this, we're going to put in some carrots and celery. I'm going to chop up these onions and the garlic, chop up the meat, and then I'll be back to tell you what we're going to do once we start searing, etc. So stand by in Josie's Fun Kitchen. One thing I want to point out, what you really do not skimp on, make sure that you are using pure, that's come from Hungary, Hungarian paprika. We call it paprika. I'm going to slice this up in bite-sized pieces. And what we're going to do is, see this? Slice it up. This is a piece of London broil, and what you do is, you don't get yourself a really expensive piece of meat because, as my mother would say, you're going to cook the shit out of it. So, see this? This is the slice that I'm going to make. And what we're going to do is we're going to sear it. Let's see if this smells better. Oh yeah, okay, switching knives. Okay, this is all the meat. I've washed my gloves because I was handling the meat, but I'm going to put some salt and pepper on it. I'm going to go a little high with the salt. Don't be afraid. I'm going to use fresh, coarsely ground black pepper. Gonna loosen that up. I'm going to sprinkle some flour on here. And it's going to act as the little thickening agent ahead of time. This is how the Hungarians did it. If you need some more flour, I'll get it later on. While I'm doing this in batches, I'm going to cut up the onion. Where's my canola oil? Turn this on. I have it on medium-high. I'm going to let this heat up and we're going to start. Actually, let me get this up. You have to have that up. All right, let's start working on the batches. I don't want the meat to be right next to each other because then you start steaming the meat. I didn't cry, but we're finished. Look at this. Is this just not beautiful? What we're going to do now is I'm heating up some more canola oil. I'm going to take all these onions and the celery, pour that on there. All that's going into the pot. The celery is going to be later, and I might even add more along with the carrots. So you can put that on top, and I'll just put that over there. So let's get this going. And when all these onions and garlic get translucent, we're going to put the meat back in, and then it's going to be on for about 2 to 3 hours. It's a big pot. I thought my mom was kidding when she said 3 pounds. I thought maybe 3 cups. It's a lot more than 3 cups, but 3 pounds of onions. Equal parts onions and meat. And my dad was Hungarian, so you know that I'm getting the recipe the way it's supposed to be made. My Keres mama, who's still alive, I know she makes it, and her daughter Marta. So Marta, if you're watching, I might be sending you a text of this video once I publish it to see what you think. Salt and pepper. Salt it up. I'm going to use this pepper. I'm not putting in the paprika yet. The onions are nice and soft. I'm now going to put in the garlic. There you go. All right, I'm going to throw a little bit of thyme in here. 2 bay leaves. Pour the meat back in. Now we're going to eyeball this. I'm going to start with 2 tablespoons of sweet Hungarian paprika. See how that looks. I'm turning down the heat because I do not want to burn this paprika. I want it red. I'm going to put in more. My mom said 2 tablespoons. I'm going to do another 2. Salt and pepper. Salt, pepper. I'm excited. Okay, it has a little boil. I'm not touching this pot because it's hot. Now, 2 to 3 hours. I'm going to say, let's say 2.5 hours. We'll be back in 2 hours or 1 hour and just checking on it. Throw the rest of the thyme in there. I think that's it. Easy, easy peasy. Cover it up. Let it go on the low. Okay, all right, so we're back. I've actually invited my friend Nancy DeBross over. You know how Ina always has food for Jeffrey? I decided I was going to make this dish for Nancy because she's always whining about having Hungarian goulash or Hungarian dishes. So we are in the home stretch. I'm going to bring this up to a boil. I'm going to put in those celery. I'm going to grab, there's no measurements, a handful of carrots, actually a handful and a half or 2 handfuls, whatever you want to call it. And we're going to bring this up to a boil. And I'm going to add some more beef stock. And in about a half hour, we're going to be ready for a taste test. In the meantime, what I'm doing is I'm boiling up some water and I'm going to make some spätzle. So it's going to be really good. So stand by. We'll be back having fun in Josie's Fun Kitchen. One last thing you need to remember, my mother told me, don't ask me why, but you know I always have wine or something while I'm cooking. But here, she said you have to add a ½ cup of red wine. And remember, the thing about wine when you're cooking, for the most part, you need to use the wine that you would drink. Of course, Nancy and I are having Kenwood Merlot. Okay, all right, so we are finished. My friend Nancy's here if you want to come join us. I'm going to make up the plates and we are going to do a taste test together. Okay, Nancy, you can stand over here.
Always better with wine, right?
Yes, of course. You know what? Let's do this. Okay, this is going to be hot. Do not burn. Okay, it has to do the yum test. Now, what we can do, oh my God, that looks really good. Hold on, we're gonna put some sour cream on here.
No yogurt for Josie.
No, has to be full leaded sour cream.
Do I stir this?
No, don't stir it yet. Okay. All right, we're gonna do the yum test. Okay, both of us. Okay, if it's really, really good, you have to say yum. Here, hold on, cheers.
This is very yummy, Josie.
Is it?
Very, very good.
Oh my God.
Very, very yummy.
Oh my God.
Gonna have to make this one for sure.
All right, so I think I talked about how you don't have to spend a lot of money on the meat. We made the Nokerli on here, which I'll do a separate video on the Nokerli, but sour cream tastes really good, doesn't it?
Really good. And the
All right.
Nokerli is fabulous.
And the meat falls apart, doesn't it?
It is fantastic.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I'm cooking dinner tonight. You're sending some home with me.
Oh my God, I know. This is really, really good. No,
Very
seriously,
good.
it's really good.
It is
Do you
very
like
good.
the Nokerli?
Yeah, I don't want to eat it all because I want to save it for dinner. I was making salmon. I don't think I'm making salmon now.
Okay, that's it. Cheers. You gotta look at the camera. Please subscribe. Turn on the comments. Share with your friends and make this dish. This is really, really good.
Excellent. Fantastic.
Okay. All right. Cheers.
Cheers.
Nostravia.
Slavia.
No, Nostravia.
Nostravia.
There you go.